Hi, good morning. It's Monday. Welcome to another episode of Right Politics. I wanted to start today's episode talking about something that's very important to me and probably lots of you guys and a lot of people in America, and that is the Social Security crisis that we are going to be experiencing, that we are currently experiencing with, I don't know, it's kind of like most people look at it as an entitlement, but most elderly people are snubbed at the end of their life because of the way the Social Security program is working. I'm going to do another full video later describing like a plan that would actually probably work, not necessarily to replace Social Security, but I honestly believe that Social Security is an entitlement and it's not something that should be garnished if you make an income. As you know, a lot of retirees make passive income. I know people in real estate, I know people in stocks. And to basically say that the Social Security check is going to be cut or slashed or diminished when someone reaches a certain income per that year, they have to forfeit or give back their Social Security benefit. I just don't think that that's right. It should be something that's passive, something that's guaranteed, and it's really wouldn't take that much of a bill to sign and actually pass something where your Social Security check is guaranteed for life, regardless of the income you make when you are beyond the retirement age. Now, I also believe in lowering the retiree age because there's a lot of people who just want to keep on raising it to where the average retirement is 8 years. It's always supposed to be 8 years, but it's not a good thing because not everyone lives through their full retirement. There's this bus driver I used to know, and he was debating and contemplating on if he should wait till like 67 to start getting his Social Security, because in his state, that's the max benefit. But if he gets it 2 years early at 65, he's forfeiting like $350 a month for the rest of his life. So he's continuing to work until he's 67. And that's not good, people, because a lot of people, 67, what if you only live to be 72 or 74? That's not a long retirement, and it's definitely not something that's promised to us because it's just like the unemployment insurance. They take it out of your check involuntarily, whether you like it or not. So it should be your money, and it should be something that you keep. Now, as far as restructuring the thing, let's just say they lower it to 62 and you get full benefits regardless of contribution and regardless of health status and regardless of what you make. Then that's when you could really live a good life and you could actually enjoy your retirement and you won't have to be penalized for working. I know a lot of people who are forced to work at Walmart because their Social Security check is not enough. But if they work over 40 hours, they garnish. So it puts people in a position of having to strategize how much they can work and how much they can get back in return. And without being garnished, it's like someone who's on disability. Like, well, we're going to allow you to work 20 hours. After that 20 hours, you're not allowed to work anymore. Well, what if your job requires you to work 22 hours? They let a lot of things slide with people who are on disability, but people who are on Social Security as a retirement source, they have to freaking work under the table, which is illegal, and they have to work, yard sales and knit things and sell them on eBay and not report their income because it's going to garnish their wages. And we should live in a country to where you shouldn't be afraid to succeed. And a lot of Democrats are pushing that where the more you succeed, the more you have to pay in taxes, the higher the penalties are. They want to take everything from you on top of taxes. We should live in a country to where if you want to get in real estate and you make $20,000 a month, you should still be able to keep your Social Security check. Same thing with dividends. Dividends are supposed to be a form of retirement and passive income. So what happens is, let's just say someone's raking in $100,000 a year in dividends. Well, in America, depending on how you claim it and report it, will basically determine if you're going to keep your Social Security check. A lot of times they keep it because you legally are supposed to earn from Social Security, but they cut it down to like $200 or $250 a month. So it forces people to retire and it forces them to stop working. And it forces them to basically say, listen, if I work, I might make 200 extra dollars beyond what my social security check is paying me right now. So they're forced not to work, and it's something that's really supposed to be changed. Now, another thing that I really have been talking about a lot and thinking about is having a system to where when you contribute to Social Security, it goes into a separate bank account that has your Social Security number, and it's kind of like what Australia is doing, where they take it out and they invest it. But if you choose not to invest it, like a 401k, it's still your money. Because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of people who die before the retirement age in America. So if it's technically your money and it's technically something that the government takes from you, you should be able to will it and you should be able to give it to the next generation or whoever your beneficiary is. Let's just say you worked in and paid in like 15, $30,000, in 10 years, you get hit by a car, that money just goes to the government. You're never going to get it. Which, if it were actually put into a separate account like Social Security was supposed to, anyways, it would be something that you could leave as an inheritance. And I guarantee people would be a lot more respectful of the US government for doing something that is an initiative to help people. And it's not a handout, it's literally your money. Social Security was never supposed to be like, we're going to take the Social Security from people who are working now and then basically transfer it over to the people who are retired. The people who are retired should be getting the money that they put in, not new money. So all of that has to change. And if it were to change, um, the U.S. government has proven that they can, basically using tax records, individualize people and give them the money that they're owed through tax rebates or the stimulus checks. So if they could put that together in 6 months, they could definitely put together a system with a bank account that gains interest that all of your Social Security money goes into, but you just can't cash out till you're retired. And then once you're retired, you just still get the regular payments, but they're not garnished for the rest of your life. Now, I always look at it like I used to have a neighbor who was like, she passed away now, but she made it to like 94. And I was like, man, what a deal. I mean, you work 30, 40 years and then you get paid 30, 40 years. And it's like getting the absolute best out of the US government for retirement, knowing that you're always going to have those stimulus, not stimulus, the Social Security checks come in, and it's something that they can count on. But the whole thing is this lady, she was 94 and she could not work because Social Security would garnish her income. And it's a really sad thing because no one in America should be entitled not to work. Democrats love to incentivize people to stay home. They tried making a socialistic society where they're paying you to stay home to be safe. And in return, we have high inflation and probably the largest lack of work in the workforce we've ever seen. And it's not, you know, well, it is voluntary. It's the first time it's ever been involuntary, where you cannot get as much money working as you do with your unemployment benefits, and that's why a lot of states have cut them off early. So, anyways, I wanted to make this video. It's a little shorter today, 10 minutes, but let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I do know that my two Facebook pages are launched. They've been around since 2016, but they've been revamped a few times. But I'm wanting this to be a daily thing from Monday to Friday, and eventually I'm going to have a pretty nice set built downstairs. So be sure to stay tuned, and we'll see you on another episode of Bright Politics.